Buongiorno, welcome back to Italy. So this is the first of the big experiment, my first workshops in Italy, and our first mobs arrived. They look enthusiastic and I'm very optimistic we're going to have a fabulous time and create some beautiful works.
When I heard that Brendon was offering the art class in Italy, I thought, well, I can do that, and I'd love to learn from somebody whom I consider to be a wonderful artist and human being, to learn how to paint.
Well, I've been wanting to come to either Italy or France to paint for some time, and I met Brendon at his exhibition at Linton & Kay earlier in the year, and we talked about coming to Italy, and so here I am.
To be honest, I didn't want to come here at all. I mean, I wanted to come to Italy, yes, of course it is an interesting place to see, to travel, but to paint, I never felt myself as an artist, so I never thought that I will be painting or drawing, no. And eventually, yeah, some work went out, and this is two my masterpieces, but they are mine.
My partner, Tim, is very interested in painting. I had sometimes called it an obsession, so I organised the trip quite some time ago.
I like to paint, something I do all the time. She doesn't, and but I've always been aware that I think she would like to, but she needs that extra stimulus of being somewhere where it's all set up and she doesn't have to be distracted by anything else, and she really has to buckle down and actually do something, so I'm all for encouraging that.
I haven't picked up a paintbrush for about 10 years, so it was a great experience for me because I realised that I actually could achieve something, and there's nothing worse than being in an art class with a whole pile of people who seem to throw paint on, and it looks fantastic within about 5 minutes, and you're still standing there with this blank canvas not knowing what to do with it. So I actually felt that this week I managed to not only get some paint onto the canvas, but I'm actually quite pleased with what I've achieved.
I never believed in my talent. Actually, I don't think that I have a talent, but yeah, it worked, I think, because Brendon is very good, very calm and helpful teacher. He patiently listened every question. I asked him a lot because, of course, I never knew what to do, how to do, which colors to use, how to make perspective. But yeah, as you can see, if you try, you can do it. You just need hard work.
When I told friends and family I was coming to do an art class, everyone was like, oh, can you paint? And I said, well, I can't paint to save my life. So I'm delighted to say that I think I can. And I've really learnt I have good spatial awareness anyway, but I've looked around the subject rather than at the subject. And I think that will translate into my everyday life, not just painting.
Brendon is a painter I know, and I haven't met him before, so I knew what to expect from him as an individual. I've been painting for a long time, so I know that I've got my own style, my own ideas and all the rest of it. But sometimes that's something you need to think about, get another perspective. Yeah, inspiration, I like what he does, and I can aspire to doing something similar if I possibly could.
I think the best time for myself really was going to some of the towns and sketching and taking photos, and hopefully they'll turn into reasonable paintings at some stage when we get back to Australia.
There are probably too many highlights to name just one. Casa Baldelli is a highlight in itself. Julie's food, Gordon and Julie's hospitality, Vinny the dog. Look, the list is endless, really. And for me, it's such a happy place. Just everything that I love is here.
I think the week has been a good mix of sightseeing and art. So we've had the opportunity to visit some towns such as Sewell and the local town Umbria and Assisi. So it's just been amazing, really. Umbria today. Should have said Umbria today. I knew what it was, and I just couldn't get the right pronunciation at the right time.
Obviously, I want to thank Julie and Gordon, but especially Brendon and Julie. They just go beyond the pale. There is nothing that is too much trouble. Everything is done with good humour. I think anyone that is fortunate enough to have this experience in the future would be mad if they didn't.
So, the end of week 1. First group is finished. We're waiting for the next. But the first group, I think, did remarkably well. There was a lot of very scared painters in there at the start of the week, really worried. And I think I'm pretty right in saying most of them are very happy with the results. I certainly am. I think they did a terrific job, and hope I see them again in workshops in the future.